Let's talk about exams, medical board.
Welcome back to the Medical Board Exam Experience with Dr. Kwafo. Today we have Dr. Gabriel Inditi, a Ghanaian who is studying medicine in Morocco. He obtained the Government of Ghana scholarship to pursue his medical dream in Morocco. Today he has joined us to share with us his experience on how to obtain Government of Ghana scholarship to study medicine outside Ghana. In our subsequent interview with him, he will share with us his experience as a medical student and a foreigner in Morocco. Let us join Dr. Gabriel in our discussion. Thank you. Okay, welcome, Dr. Gabriel, to this platform.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kwafo, for having me as well.
Okay, so can you give us a short introduction about yourself?
Well, I am known as Gabriel Inditi Eduji, a fourth medical student here in Morocco. I'm actually on a bilateral scholarship, and then I'm a Ghanaian.
Okay, so what do you mean by the bilateral scholarship?
Well, when we talk about bilateral scholarship, it's the kind of scholarship that's given to students to study in a host country. Now, in this case, there's this kind of cooperation between the head of states, the big men, if I should put it that way. They actually go into this cooperation where no matter what, there's this kind of benefits from each country. So the only thing you as a student you know about is you are giving scholarship, but there's something that goes on up there that you don't know about, in which you shouldn't care about. The most important thing is you've been given a scholarship.
So basically, you are on a Ghana government scholarship in Morocco.
Yeah.
So how did you obtain that scholarship in Ghana?
Well, the scholarship is actually announced, and then formally it was in the newspaper that they used to announce about. Thank God to technologies being announced on their website. So wherever they actually announce it, or they've opened the application, we students will go in over there, and then we read the necessary documents that are going to be needed, and then we make them available. Now, this is how we go by it. Actually, you would have to go, and then because you should show interest in the scholarship, so you definitely have to write a letter to the scholarship secretariat, and then when you write letter, it's up to them to accept you. So when they accept you, they will call you guys in for interview. Now, during the interview, they ask the questions that are necessary, and then when you ask and you do very well, they will do a short list. They will shortlist people once again for them to come in for their clinicals. Now, during the clinicals, you'll be given some documents that you should bring. What I can actually remember, you definitely have to go with your WASI results, which the WASI results shouldn't be more than 2 years. It means when we are in 2021, and when you complete 2018, that means your WASI can't work because it should be 2019 and above, and definitely to 2020. So yeah, that's the valid WASI results you should come along with. You should also go with your transcripts. We normally go in with our birth certificate. We go in with our like a lot of passport pictures. We go our testimonials, and then other necessary documents that you'll be asked. Definitely, you'll be asked to bring them.
Okay, so in your case, where did you first see the announcement?
Well, I was spoken to it about it. Someone just told me about it. I didn't actually go in searching for it because I had no idea about that kind of scholarship. I had no idea, honestly. Someone told me about it, and then I just went in for it.
So where did you apply it to? Which department?
Yeah, this is how you go about it. You have to write a letter, an application letter to the scholarship secretariat in Ghana. Okay. That's how we do it. It's either you send it through mail or you drop it at just the office. It's in Accra.
Okay, so you send it and you wait for their response.
Yeah, that's how it works. You wait for their response, and then when you are shortlisted, you be called for the interview. When you do well at the interview, then they pick you guys. Now they will tell you guys to bring in the documents as I mentioned earlier on, and then now they will also ask you to do necessary tests, clinicals, where you are going to bring all these documents together. But they will also translate it into French because the host country is a French-speaking country. So when they translate into French, they will now send everything to the host country. Now it's up to the host country to select you once again. Now, when they select you and they issue a letter, that's when the scholarship secretariat would call you and ask, because most cases students can't wait that longer. Most of them go into the universities in Ghana, and so they will call and confirm if you are still interested in the scholarship. And if you are still interested in the scholarship, you say yes, you are still interested, definitely. And from there, they will give you some days to come for your award letter. And then at the same day, the same day, you are going to write your acceptance letter that, yeah, you really want the scholarship, and so you've accepted the scholarship. And you read the necessary contract, because there are certain things that are written on it that you need to read carefully consider carefully before making a decision.
Okay, so when you apply to the secretariat, how long do you wait to get the results?
Well, when you apply to the secretariat, it's kind of like everything has gone fiasco, because you wouldn't hear about it until the host country approves or issues the letter that, yeah, this guy is already qualified for the scholarship. Because sometimes that's why I said sometimes people even forget about it, and they prefer to start the universities in Ghana before even hearing about the scholarship again. So it actually takes quite a long time before we hear. So sometimes if the application is mostly open in mid-July or even mid-June, so by then you've applied, you can wait even till October. My year, I remember I waited till December before everything finally came to.
Okay, so in your opinion, what do the secretariat look at to shortlist the qualified students? Is it results? Is it who you know? What do they look at?
Well, to shortlist, like I said earlier, your results shouldn't be 2 years older. That's a very important thing. And then the host country actually consider age. So that's why you add your birth certificate. So your age shouldn't be that much above 25, definitely should be below 25. And then for shortlisting, actually the scholarship is actually meant for brilliant but needy students. So if we have the word brilliant, definitely your result counts. And then how needy you are, that because definitely they would have to check your family background to consider you. So I think there are a lot of things that go in over the back. My guess is they actually look at how brilliant you are and then how needy you are as well.
Do you think you knowing someone at the secretariat can also help get the?
Honestly, I would definitely say, yeah, it works that way everywhere in every country. So yeah. In some cases, I wouldn't say most cases, in some cases, it's about who you know as well.
Okay, so when the secretariat was publishing the scholarship opportunity, did they mention Morocco, or it was an open application? Were they specific about the country?
Yeah, that's how it's been open, because they open based on country. So even if you realize each country comes at a particular time of the year. So we have Russia, we have Algeria, and then we have Morocco. That's what I know about for now.
Okay. What about the Cuba? Is it different process? Those who go to Cuba?
Those who go to Cuba, I think that involves a whole lot of other process, because I remember was, it was GMPC that actually sent some number of students over there to study medicine. So yeah, I think it's another process that's involved over there.
Okay, so when you are shortlisted, you are called for interview. After the interview, you will be called again if you pass the interview, or as long as you are called for the interview, you are qualified. The interview is just a formality.
No, that's not how it works, because there are some people who are actually going to drop on the day of the interview. I mean, after they've actually had our responses, because the questions that are being asked are questions that are needed to be answered very well. And then how you think, because I think that's how they judge if the student is really needy and then as well as brilliant. So after that, they will ask those they've selected to go and bring their necessary document. But before that, you bring some few documents like your WASI results. That will be added to your application letter and your transcripts and then your testimonials. Those are the three you add to the application letter. But after all these things, you've passed through the interview, there are some documents that needs to be added to the already brought documents. So that's when they will ask you for your birth certificate, because the birth certificate is to be sent here for the host country to consider your age before they issue the award letter. So that's how it works.
Okay, so are there specific rules attached to this scholarship? Let's say you get a scholarship, are there specific rules from the Ghana government that you need to follow in order to sustain this scholarship?
Yeah, there are a number of rules that you need to follow. Number one, definitely everybody should know about is the fact that you need to go back to your country to serve your country because you have been given scholarship by the government of Ghana, so you need to serve the country. Number two, you should notify the embassy in the host country, the embassy of Ghana in the host country, that you are left with 6 months to complete your studies. So yeah, they should prepare for your departure because before you depart from the country, there are certain things that are needed to be given to you, and so yeah, they should get ready for that. And then you shouldn't also overstay. I mean, if you are done with study, you shouldn't overstay because if you overstay, there are some penalties that you definitely have to provide. That means, if I remember my word, you'll be paying 3 times the amount that was given to you the whole time of study. So yeah, that's how it works. There are some rules that are definitely attached to it.
Oh, okay. You rightly said the scholarship is for brilliant but needy students. Does the government also take care of your flight tickets, accommodation, your feeding, and all that?
Well, we are actually, but let me talk about the flight ticket because my year, I remember I actually purchased my flight ticket, and the year after my year, they come to the country based on the fact that the government purchased the ticket for them. That's what I heard, and I think it's very true because there's someone rightly beside me who said that recently. And so yeah, it's true. Now the government pays for the ticket, but it started from the year just right after me. And talking about paying for the accommodation and then our upkeep, yeah, the government does that. But I wouldn't say specifically for accommodation or upkeep. They actually give you what we call the stipend. The stipend is actually given to the student for him to manage to the extent that he can pay for his accommodation, he can use it for his upkeep, the necessary things every student would need in his day-to-day life activity.
Okay, so how much is this stipend and how often does it come?
Well, the stipend comes every month, which is $250 per month, definitely. But there are some other incentives that have been paid to us. Like as we are students, we definitely have to go in for the book allowance. And then looking at the fact that we're in someone's country and we're in FOSEC, there are some issues that we must go through. So they give us what we call the health allowance, which comes every year, and the book allowance is every year. Now the book allowance is $300 per year, and then the health allowance is $100 per year.
Okay, so does this money come on time, or sometimes you have to wait for months before you receive it?
Yeah, from the word stipend, it means it's kind of allowance that's given to it. And then before allowance are being given to students, that means they are gotten from the budgets that have been made already. So that means before you are not budgeted to be given money. And so when they do all this budget and they are leftovers, that's when they give it to you. So that should already tell you that the money that's every month as it's been expected to be coming that way. So sometimes we even go for 2 months without having our stipends. And then I quite remember I've been here for 9 months without having my stipends. But thanks to God, things have now been moving smoothly lately. Yeah. So yeah, the maximum we go is 3 or 2. Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes, does it come together?
It's actually supposed to come together, but sometimes it comes the month that you didn't receive. For instance, assuming I'm already in 30th, let's say this month is 30th, and then they are owing me last month. When they are going to pay me, most cases, they only pay last month because they will assume that this month has not already ended. So that's how they work. Even though we are left with, let's say, 2 days or 3 days, it doesn't work that way. They wait for the month to end before they pay.
Okay, so about the school fees, has there been a situation where at the beginning of academic year, the school fees, the government of Ghana has delayed in paying for these school fees, and that the Morocco government is on you to pay the school fees before you begin academic year?
Well, since it's a scholarship, I actually don't know how things go. Like I said, because it's a bilateral scholarship, whatever happens, it happens up there. So I have no idea what's really going on. But the only thing I can say for now is my school is actually a tuition-free school. So for the nationals, the Moroccan citizens, they don't pay anything. So it would be awkward if the government start asking we, the students, to pay school fees if our government have not paid. And so definitely, I don't have any idea about the fact that if the government of Ghana actually pays school fees, or the Moroccan government takes school fees from the government of Ghana, I don't have any idea about it. So there have never been that situation before.
Oh, okay. So you think there are Morocco students also in Ghana studying medicine on scholarship?
Based on my research, I don't think so. But I think there are definitely some other things that they gain from Ghana, which might not necessarily be the fact that they have to send students to Ghana to study.
Oh, okay. So you've been on scholarship, on government of Ghana scholarship. After graduation and you go back to Ghana, are you supposed to sit for Ghana Medical Council Board exams?
Yeah, definitely. That's how it works because you know already our work is a professional work. So they have to actually test the fact that you are very much or you know what you are doing because you are going to deal with human beings. And so yeah, definitely you have to sit in for exams.
Oh, okay. So imagine you pass through that exams. Is the government of Ghana going to deduct some amount from your salary to pay for the all the money you spent in your education in Morocco?
Well, unfortunately, I've never been to Ghana to write the exams, but I have some seniors that have already been to Ghana and then been in the case of them subtracting money from their salary. But what happens is you need to pay to sit for the exams. That's how it works.
Oh, okay. So all the money you spend in Morocco is not like a loan. It's free for the beneficiaries, right? You're not going to pay back.
Yeah, it's free. But one thing you definitely have to pay back by serving the country.
Yes. So how long are you supposed to serve the country? Then after that, maybe you can be free and move to any country you want, or decide not to even serve the government anymore.
Yeah, about that. Normally, what happens is when you go back to Ghana for non-medical students, there's something we call the National Service Scheme that actually assumes for them to do this 1 year service to the country. And I think after that, you are on your own to do whatever you want to do. But for medical students, we have what we call the housemanship, which everybody has to be a houseman at a point in time. So I think after that, that's when you also free to do whatever you want to do.
Oh, okay. So if
I can remember, it's 2 years. Yeah, it's 2 years.
Okay, so after the house job, you are free to do anything you want.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Oh, okay. So if you're given the opportunity again, will you still wait for Morocco scholarship, or you wait for scholarship to another country?
Well, if those two opportunities avail themselves, definitely have to wait. But if I am to choose Morocco again without those other opportunities you are mentioning, I would definitely choose because of the culture differences and then the experiences I've had. I would definitely choose Morocco. Only if the opportunities are not there for me to wait, I would definitely choose.
So I understand the medical studies in Morocco is in French. Did you know about this before applying for the scholarship?
Well, before I begin, it's not only the medical studies that's actually in French. Other students also study in French. Now, I knew nothing about it before applying for the scholarship. The only thing I knew about is, well, I did a little research on Google to realize that, yeah, they speak French in this country. So that's how it's going to work. But me personally, I never knew about it until the day I had a scholarship and I was told that, yeah, I would have to do French in the host country. After that, I'll use that same French to study.
Oh, okay. So during the selection process, the shortlist process, did they look at your French speaking level?
No, they didn't look at that because they themselves, they understood that there are students that might not even have an idea in the French language. So they didn't consider that in choosing the students because they also believe that you will learn once again French. So there's no need to consider that when
Oh, okay. So is it only medical students or students who have a dream of becoming doctors that are able to apply to get a scholarship?
No, it's not only medical students. There are a lot of other courses that are available here in the country. So it's not only medical students that have the chance to apply.
Oh, okay. So for any Ghanaian who wants to apply for scholarship to study outside on the ticket of Ghana government, what advice do you have for such a person?
Well, for my advice and based on my experiences, I'll just say whenever you go on or you have the scholarship and you happen to go to the host country, just take advantage of any opportunity available. Well, it shouldn't be only about your academics. You should also embrace yourself with the culture. You should also experience whatever the culture has for you. And so you shouldn't only be academic. And one important thing, your host country, whenever is speaking a language which is different from your language, you should take advantage of that to learn the language as well. Because here, for instance, I'm able to speak a little bit of French. Added with my English, it's already a plus for me. And then, if possible, I may even add Arabic to it because it might be a very huge success in what I want to do.
Thank you, Dr. Gabriel, for joining us, and we hope to have you here again.
Okay.
Let's talk about exams. Medical board exams. With Dr. Kwafu, hey. Everybody got around it, hey. Let's talk about exam. Medical board exam. With Dr. Kwafu, hey. Everybody got it wrong.